Hey, why are these banana peels in the trash instead of the compost?
This video has sparked a very interesting debate in its comments section. Some of the people think that the original question that was asked, why are there banana peels in the compost, is a perfectly reasonable question to ask. However, a lot of other people see it as very passive-aggressive. So today it's time for me to talk about one of my favorite neurodivergent topics, asking versus guessing culture. Because nobody in the comment section is right or wrong. Your opinion on how this question was asked, why this question was asked, how it might have been asked, is entirely predicated on your own lived experiences. When I talk about asking versus guessing culture, I always use the same example because it's a good one. But let's pretend that you need to go to the airport on Thursday. Now, an asker would ask directly and say, hey, I need to go to the airport. Can you give me a ride at 2 o'clock? And you would say, sure, or no. Guesser can tend to be much more indirect. So they might say something like, I have to go to the airport on Thursday and parking is such a nightmare. Hoping that you, as the person that they are interacting with, would infer that because they are complaining about the parking, they don't want to have to mess with parking and thusly want a ride. Now, having been raised by a champion guesser, this style of communication can inadvertently become ingrained, where it just feels weird to ask for something directly. If you only ever grew up with askers, a guesser can feel incredibly passive-aggressive and disrespectful and even manipulative at times. If you're a guesser who encounters an asker, a guesser can feel super rude, super aggressive, and even like they're attacking you when they're simply asking you a simple and direct question. Now, again, there is nothing inherently wrong with being an asker or a guesser. A lot of it has to do with how you were raised. And honestly, in some cultures, asking is considered very disrespectful. And in others, guessing is considered very disrespectful. So there is a cultural and societal element to it as well. But that's why it's so important when you have conversations like, why are the banana peels in the trash? Especially if it's with a partner, to work out a system that works for both people. Now, whenever I make a video about this, I always get pushback. People say, well, guessers shouldn't have to rely on me to interpret. And askers say, well, guessers are so tedious. Both of those things are true. The important thing to remember, the thing that I found fascinating about the comment section of the original video, is the assumption of implied malice. You assume that somebody is doing something to hurt you or be intentionally obtuse. And that's really not the case. I'm a certified sex educator and I talk a lot about ADHD and neurodivergency. A lot of people that I consult with will come to me with this exact problem. Because sometimes it just takes learning about the difference between asking and guessing for a couple with two different communication styles to realize that that's what's been going on the whole time. It's not about the banana peels. That one partner just needs to be asked or told, hey, don't put the banana peels in the garbage. So it's really important to know which one you are, really start working on communication.